Yo, what's really good, my people? Kiwami Games here, back at it with another video for you guys. And today we are continuing our little what's the best way of playing Ice Jade series kind of thing, if you want to call it that. Now, a quick disclaimer, this intro is going to be a tad longer than usual. You know me, I just love to jump into the replays and show you guys what we're about to do. But the reason it's going to be a little longer because I just want to explain a couple of things. So for this replay, I kind of wanted it to make an Ice Jade Atlantean build, but if we look at the Atlantean cards, there's not really a whole lot of cards within this archetype. So I kind of had to splash in some other cards from other water-based archetypes. And by the way, I'll have timestamps in the description down below if you just want to jump into the replays. But yeah, with this deck, with this build, what we want to do is going first. You want to special summon this card right here, because this guy right here, when it is special summon, you're going to be able to discard 2 random cards from your opponent's hand. And then also with this guy right here, you're going to be able to banish, you're going to first of all look at your opponent's hand, and then you're going to banish 1 card from their hand face up until the end of the phase. So going first, sometimes you're able to leave your opponent with only 2 or 1 cards in their starting hand. So that is like really crazy and insane. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like the most competitive way of playing this deck or playing an Ice Jade build, but for me, this was definitely one of the most fun way to play Ice Jades. So I really had a lot of fun time playing this deck, and it was just funny and fun, like ripping your opponent's hand. But yeah, so without further ado, let's just jump right into the replays. I'll talk over the combos and stuff like that as we go through it. So I just don't want to waste you guys' time. Let's just jump right into it. So for our first replay, I'm going to show you what I was talking about leaving your opponent with maybe 2 cards in their starting hand. So first of all, we're going to activate the Synchro Overtake to get our Deep Sea Diva. But our opponent is going to respond with the Ash Blossom. That's all good. Not the end of the day, not the end of the world, because we have Tremora. So now we're going to activate Tremora, sending her to the graveyard so that we can special summon our Agron. Then we're going to activate Agron, search for our Cradle. Activate the Cradle, search for our Ron. Then activate Ron, send the Dragoon to the graveyard so that we can special summon Ron and the token. And then the Dragoon has the effect that if this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a Water Monster's effect, then you can add a Sea Serpent monster from your deck to your hand, except Dragoons. Alright? So we're going to do that. We're going to add our Deep Sea Diva. And then now with the token and level 7 Tuna Ron, we're going to go into our level 10 Gamer. So now we can normal summon our Deep Sea Diva, special summon the Atlantean Prince. The Atlantean Prince is going to send another Dragoon. Dragoon is going to activate again, getting ourselves this time the Molingatia. I have no clue how to pronounce that. And then with these 2 monsters, we're going to go into our, what is this card called? The Metal Marcher. And then the Metal Marcher is going to target a tuner in our graveyard, and then he's going to special summon it back onto our field. So we're going to target the level 7 Ron because he's a level 7 tuner. And then now this card right here, if this card is special summoned, you can discard 2 random cards from your opponent's hand. But in order to special summon this card, you have to have exactly 5 water monsters in your graveyard. Alright, so keep that in mind. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, you have to have exactly 5 water monsters in your graveyard in order to special summon this card. It's kind of like Kashtira for fairies, if you guys are familiar with Kashtira. But anyway, so now we get to discard 2 cards from his hands. And then now with the level 7 Ron and the level 3 Agron, we're going to be able to make Baroni de Flora. And then that's all we wrote. Alright, the opponent is just going to set 1 and pass. Alright, then now we drew into the Minstrel. So the Minstrel is going to have this effect that you can discard this card and 1 water monster, and then you can look at your opponent's hand, and then you can banish 1 card from their hand face up. So we're going to do that. Look at his hand. He's got Triple Tactus Talent and Ash Blossom. I'm going to get rid of the Triple Tactus Talent. Then I'm going to search for the Deep Sea Diva. Baron the Floor is going to pop his 1 monster. Normal summon the Crystal Girl. And then that is more than enough for lethal. So this duel right here, in a nutshell, kind of explains what the deck wants to do. So that is just crazy how we just rip we just rip so many cards from our opponent's hand, bro. So that's why this deck, it's a whole lot of fun to play, you know. So let's just keep it moving. We can show you different ways that you can accomplish the same thing. All right, my people, let's get it on. Next replay. Okay, so we got the Kashtira Ogre, so we're going to special summon the Ogre. Then we're going to send the guitar to the graveyard, special summon Ron. Ron is going to get us our token. And we're going to go into our level 10 gamer. Y'all already know. Okay, and then we have Agrin. Agrin is going to get our curse. And we're going to set the field spell, set the curse. Okay, then we're going to bring back the Ron. Now, whatever monsters our opponent activates on their turn, they cannot activate. Alright, he's going to activate the Pot of Desires. Well, Pot of Extravagance is going to draw 2. And the Lucky Mofo, he's going to draw into Lightning Storm. So he's going to get rid of my back row. And we're going to go up against Kashtira. So he's got the Unicorn. Unicorn is going to get him the Birth. I'm going to activate the Ogre. Let's see what we can banish. We got the Field Spell, so I'm going to banish that Field Spell. He's going to activate the Unicorn. The Unicorn is getting rid of my Stardust Dragon. Then he's got the Theosis. Theosis is going to get the Fenrir. Fenrir is going to activate, getting himself the Scareclaw Kashtira. Then he's also got the Rice Heart. So the Rice Heart is going to activate, getting rid of the Ogre, banishing 3 cards. So he banished Maxi, Tidal, and another of my Field Spell. And then with his 3 monsters, he's going to go into his Rice Heart. So he has a 3 material Rice Heart. So that was, I guess, smart on him. So he was waiting for me to maybe activate my gamer so that he can activate the Rice Heart. Which, actually, thinking about it, I probably should have still activated it because, yeah, he probably would have banished one of my cards. But I would have been able to get rid of his card as well. And then I could probably would have prevented all of this, like, because what he's going to do now, he's going to attack, and he's now going to make, like, a ridiculous fat Zeus. So, thinking back on it, even though he would, like, banish my gamer, it probably would have been worth it. I probably could have prevented all of this. But, anyways, whatever, what are we going to do? So, he's going to make the Zeus. I'm going to activate the Agrin. So, I'm going to banish the Zeus. And he's going to wipe away my whole entire field. Alright, then the Kashtira Tillman is going to mill 3 cards. He's going to get himself the Ogre. Special summon the Ogre. Ogre is going to get the Big Bang. The Birth is going to bring back the Unicorn. And then with these 2 monsters, he's going to go into the Shangri-Era. Then he's going to special summon the Scareclaw Kashtira. Banishing the Big Bang. And then because he banished the Big Bang, my gamer is now going to be able to special summon herself from the graveyard. So whenever your opponent banishes a card and gamer is in the graveyard, she can special summon herself back from the graveyard. Alright, and now with these 2 monsters, I was a little scared, I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to make the Big Eye, but instead he makes this dragon shit. So lucky for me, because if he would have made the Big Eye, he would have steal my gamer and I would have been fucked. Okay, then he's going to activate the Shangri-Era. I'm going to activate Agrin. I'm going to get rid of that shit. Okay, he's going to special summon the Fenrir. Now I can activate Ron, getting rid of the Tremora. He's going to hit me with the Maxi. But at this point, I'm like, whatever. I don't care. So we special summon Ron. Special summon the token. Then we're going to go into our Chang Ying. Alright, and I went into Chang Ying and I Baron the floor because I have the guitar in the graveyard. So the guitar is going to banish itself, giving my gamer a 500 boost. But also because a card was banished, then that's going to trigger the Chang Ying. So I banished his dragon bullshit and I banished, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't even matter. So we're going to smack the shit out of the Fenrir. And we're going to smack him beside the head too. Ice Jays, baby. Water decks. Let's go, baby. Bruce Lee over here. Be like water, my friend. Be like water. Water! Boys and girls, for our next replay, I think we're going to go up against Vanquish Soul. And by the way, if you're wondering, I am already at the max level at the Duelist Cup. I didn't make it with this deck. I was already at the max level by the time I made this deck. I made it with the other Ice Jade build, but anyways, just in case if you're wondering, so this is all at Duelist Cup max level. Alright, so now we're going to activate the run. We're going to send our field spell to the graveyard, get our token. Level 7 run, level 3 token. We're going to go into our Ice Jade Gamer. Alright, and then here we have the Atlantean Prince. So this card is when he is summoned, you can send an Atlantean monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then you can add one Atlantean card from your deck to your hand. So we send the Dragoon, and then we're going to add the Dragoon, and then the Dragoon is going to get us our Minstrel. So now the Minstrel is going to send herself and the Dragoon, and now we can look at the opponent's hand. So we are going up against Vanquish Soul, so he has like a crazy hand. He has Caesar, Heavy Borger, Bestial, Jiao Long, Pantera. He got all the shit. So I'm going to send the Pantera to the graveyard, to the banish zone. And then the Dragoon is going to get me the Mollingatia. So let's see how many water monsters we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 water monsters. So we need one more in the graveyard to special summon this card. So unfortunately we were not able to do that. So now we're just going to set Call by the Grave and call it quits. Okay, so I'm going to activate Maxi. Okay, he's going to activate his Pantera. Now the Pantera is going to destroy the Call by the Grave, but I'm going to activate Gamer to kind of banish it. But he's going to activate his Borger. I guess he doesn't want me to banish his Pantera. But that's going to save my Call by the Grave, and that's going to be my opponent's biggest mistake. Alright, now the Jiao Long is going to special summon herself. He's going to send the Raisin to the graveyard. And then you already know, he's going to go into the Rock of the Vanquisher. And then the Rock of the Vanquisher is going to try to reborn the Raisin. But that's why he fucked up by not destroying the Call by the Grave with the Pantera. Because now I am going to negate that. Banish that little Raisin of his. Alright, then he's gonna go and then he's gonna attack my prince. How dare you kill Aquaman, bro? You're gonna pay for that. Alright, and then now because he killed Aquaman, now I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 water monsters. So now I can special summon this dude. So now we're going to rip 2 cards from his hands. And before that, he's gonna activate Maxi. And then he's going to activate the Rock of the Vanquisher, special summoning a monster. And then he's going to call it quits because he's kind of fucked up. So he sent the Maxi, and then he's going to special summon a monster. So he's going to leave himself with like at least 2 cards in his hand. And that's whatever cards are left in his hand, they're going to go to the graveyard because that's the effect of my monster. So he realized it. He's going to call it quits. And that's how you take down the best deck in the whole fucking game. Let's go, baby. Alright, my people. Welcome to the next replay. And in this one, I kind of forgot what the hell we're going up against. But we're going to normal summon the Deep Sea Diva. He's got the Maxi. I got the Call by the Grave. I swear to God, bro. Most of the games that I lost, it was because of this freaking card. I freaking hate Maxi, man. I really, really hate it. Alright, so with the Deep Sea Diva, we're going to special summon our Prince. Okay, then the Prince is going to send the Dragoons to the graveyard, adding ourselves the other Dragoon. Then the Dragoon is going to add me my Deep Sea Minstrel. Then send the Minstrel and the Dragoon to the graveyard so that we can look at our opponent's hand. So we're going to go up against Sky Striker. So I'm going to send this Mobilize shit to the Banish Zone. Alright. And then I'm going to search for the Mollingatia. Then the Tremora is going to send herself to the graveyard, special summon the Guitar. And then the Guitar, since we have 3 water monsters on our field, then he's going to be able to banish 3 cards from the top of his deck. So we banish Reinforcement of the Army, Ray, and a Thrust. And then now with these 2 monsters, we're going to go into our Coral Anemone. And the reason why I go into Coral Anemone is because, remember, we need to have 5 water monsters in our graveyard. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Coral Anemone is going to be able to bring back one of those water monsters. Alright, so now we have 5. So now we can special summon the Moon Glacier. We got rid of the Change of the Heart. And we got rid of the Evenly Matched. And that's all he wrote. Crazy, bro. Like, yo, that is just crazy to me, bro. That's what makes the deck, like, fun. I don't know. Alright, let's keep it moving. So in this replay, I'm going to show you another different combo route so that if you do decide to play this deck or a variation of this deck, I want you to have, you know, as many ideas, and so you can see as many different ways that you can go about playing it. So in one of the replays, I showed you the Metal Marcher with this dude right here. So now I want to show you the Tastsunoku. So very quickly, if this Synchro Summon monster will be used as a Synchro material, one monster in your hand can be used as one of those materials. So you can pretty much Synchro Summon with one card from your hand. So that shit is crazy. Okay, so as always, we're going to normal summon our Diva. And then the Diva is going to special summon the Prince. And then the Prince is going to send a Dragoon to the graveyard. And then we're also going to add another Dragoon. And then the Dragoon from the graveyard is going to add us the Minstrel. And then the Minstrel is going to send herself to the graveyard with one of the Dragoons. This way we can look at our opponent's hand and we can banish one card. So we banish the Keras. And then the Dragoon is going to search you for a monster. And then I search for the level 7 monster because with the Tastsunoku, if you want, you're going to be able to make a Baron the Floor or one of your level 10 synchros. Up to you. Alright, so now with the Tastsunoku, this is a level 3 tuner. So as we read, he can use one of these monsters as synchro materials. So if you want, you can use this guy right here and you can make one of your level 10 synchros. But before we do any of that, we have 5 water monsters in our graveyard. So that means we can special summon the Moon Glacier. And then the Moon Glacier is going to rip 2 cards from his hands. Now, in this video, in this duel, I actually go into the Prima Donna. So I don't go into my level 10s, I go into my level 7. And the reason why I go into my level 7 is because I want to special summon my Agrin. Alright, so we give him back his Keras that we banished so that we can special summon the Agrin. And then the Agrin is going to activate, he's going to search for my field spell. And because I have the Ice Jade Curse, I was just going to lock him. And my opponent, he's just going to get quit. But I just wanted to show you guys how you can use the Tastsunoku. So if you have a level 7 in your hand and you have Tastsunoku in the field, you can make any of your level 10 synchros. So you can go into your Baron the Floor, you can make the Gay Mirror, you can make Chain Ying, whatever you want. So I just want to show you how versatile the deck can also be. People. Now in this replay, I want to show you why I run the Kashtira Ogre. And then I'm going to show you how you can make the level 7 Mermail XZ monster. So first we're going to special summon the Ogre. Then we're going to send the Crystal Girl to the graveyard so that we can special summon Ron in the token. Ron in the token equals level 10 Gamer. Bring that shorty out here. Okay, then we're going to normal summon Agrin. Agrin is going to search for nothing because my opponent is going to smack me around the face with some flower petals. Pa, 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 pa. Alright, that's going to trigger my Ogre. We're going to look at 5 cards. And I'm going to banish that Ibli because I don't want him to Ibli lock me. Okay, then the Crystal Girl is going to special summon herself back onto the field. Then she's going to add me a level 5 or higher water monster at the end of my turn. And then with these 2 monsters, we're going to go into Coral Anemone. So Coral Anemone is going to bring back the Ron. So now we got 2 level 7 monsters with the Ogre and the Ron. We're going to go and make our Mermail Abyss Gaios. And this card is really fucking crazy. So while this face-up card has XZ materials, level 5 or higher monsters cannot attack. Also, once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 X material from this card, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls that have less attack than this card. And as you know, we're going up against for hire, so all of his monsters have like 500 or 700 attack or something like that. But unfortunately for us, the opponent has the response. He has to call by the grave. Not the call by the grave, the Imperm. So he's going to negate my Mermail God. Then he's gonna go into the IP Masquerena. He's gonna activate the Mayhem Fur Hire, special summoning back the Philo. And with these two monsters, he's gonna go into the Fur Hire. Then he's gonna activate, and here I'm gonna activate the Agrin. I'm gonna banish it, and the reason why I did that is because I thought he was gonna pop my card, because that's what this card can do. It can pop itself and pop a card. So I don't want him to pop none of my cards. Then he's gonna make another Donner. Then he's gonna activate Call by the Grave. And that's it. He has no more plays, so he's just gonna say he's gonna give me the finger. That's what he was trying to do. He activated Call by the Grave because he wanted to give me that middle finger. That's that's what he was doing. He was giving me the middle finger with that. But anyway, so that's how you make the level 7 XZ monster. I know sometimes it might not be very consistently to make him, but I just wanted to show you guys how to go about in doing it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so in this replay we're gonna go into some ranked gameplays. I just wanted to see how it performs in ranked, and I actually run into a Umi player. So let's see which water deck is more supreme. So we're going to get rid of our Mulling Glacier so that we can special summon the Ron, and of course my opponent is gonna have Maxi because they know how much I love this card, that they just want to show it to me all the time. So we give him the finger, we're gonna special summon Ron, and we're gonna get our token. Alright, sadly for us, we have to get rid of the Mulling Glacier. So that means we're not gonna be able to rip our opponent off of 2 cards from his hand. And then we're gonna say Call by the Grave and Ash. Alright, he's gonna activate this Warrior of Atlantis, trying to get the Umi. I'm going to Ash Blossom that. And then this card is crazy because it's not once per turn, so he has another one in his hand he's gonna activate. But I have the finger, so we're gonna say no to that. No Umi for you today, my friend. Alright, then he's gonna activate Pot of Duality, Ash Blossom, Fish Sonar, Giga, Gaga Gaga Goo Goo. He's gonna get the Fish Sonar. And that's all he wrote. Alright, then we join to our Prince. Normal summon the Prince. We're gonna send the Dragoon to the graveyard. He's gonna hit me with the Ash Blossom. Alright, so no adding and no searching for me. Okay, but actually because the Dragoon was sent to the graveyard, he can still search me a card. So I search myself for a Deep Sea Diva. Alright, then it's back to our opponent. He's going to activate the Legendary Ocean. I'm going to activate the Gamer so I can banish his field spell. I told you, bro. No Umi for you. He's going to activate the Fish Sonar, get himself the Electric Jellyfish. Normal summon the Jellyfish. Sending Umi to the graveyard so that he can special summon the General Raiho of the Ice Barrier. Okay, then we're gonna go into the Cradle, searching for our Agrin, normal summon Diva, and then this card right here, I thought it was once per turn, but this card is also not once per turn, so when your opponent monster effect is activated on the field, they must discard 1 card, if not negate it. So I get rid of the Agrin so that I can search for my guitar, and then because I have to discard, I'm not gonna be able to activate the guitar, and then he's gonna call it quits. And that is why Ice J is superior to Umi. Alright, my beautiful people, for our last replay, we are gonna go up against Dracoslayers. Okay, so normal summon the Diva, special summon the Prince, send the Dragoon, add the Dragoon. Oh, well, actually, since I already have a Dragoon, this time I'm actually gonna send the Atlantean Heavy Infantry. Okay, then the Dragoon is going to search me my Minstrel. Then I'm going to send the Minstrel and the Dragoon to the graveyard. I'm going to look at his hand, and we are playing again the Dracoslayer. So I'm going to send this field spell to the Banish Zone. Okay, then the Dragoon is going to search me for the Mulling Glacier. Then with these 2 monsters, we're going to go into the Tastsunoku. And then using the Tastsunoku, First, we're gonna special summon the Molten Glacier. We're gonna get rid of his Majesty, and we're also gonna get rid of the Amorphage. Then I'm gonna send the Crystal Girl to the graveyard so that I can special summon Ron and get myself my token. Then, because I control a level 5 or higher water monster, I can special summon the Crystal Girl back onto the field. Then level 3 token, level 7 Ron. We're gonna go into our gamer. Alright, then with the Tastsunoku, the Crystal Girl, and the guitar, I'm gonna go and make my Deep Sea Prima Donna. And then, because this field spell is gonna go back to his hand regardless, so I go into the Prima Donna and I'm just gonna give it back to him so that I can special summon a monster. So I special summon I special summon Agrin. Then Agrin is gonna activate, getting myself Manifestation. Okay, then with the DC Prima Donna and Agrin, I'm gonna go into Baroni de Fleur. Okay, then whenever the DC Prima Donna is sent to the graveyard, I can target one of my banished cards and I can shuffle it into the deck. Then I activate Manifestation. And here I misclicked by mistake. I pressed no on the Manifestation. It asked if I wanted to special summon the monster and I misclicked. I hit no. So that's why the Cosmoclore was sent to the graveyard, but I really wanted it to special summon the Cosmoclore, so that was a little misplay. Alright, and then with the Crystal Girl, I'm gonna add the Tremora. Okay, he's gonna activate his field spell. He's gonna activate the Dynamist Charge, getting himself a Dracoslayer card. Then he's gonna go into his Pendulum stuff, pop in the card. Alright, then he's gonna try to, I guess, I was trying to prevent him from Pendulum summoning, so that's why I banished that Pendulum monster, but he's still got another one. He's gonna activate that one. I'm gonna hit him with the Baron de Fleur, because again, I don't want him to Pendulum summon a whole bunch of monsters onto the field. Alright, then that's all he wrote. Alright, then with the Baron de Fleur, I was going to return him to the extra deck so that I can special summon one of my monsters in the graveyard and then just recycle him back and forth. But yeah, that's just another little combo that you guys can do with this deck. Like, this deck is really fun, bro. I really enjoyed playing this deck. Alright, my beautiful people, thank you so much if you made it this far into the video. And if you did, bro, go ahead, take 2 seconds, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. It will help me out a whole lot, and I will be really grateful to you. So, how did this deck perform? I think it did pretty well. We won most of our games. However, going second was a bit of a struggle. And this freaking card right here, I lost a lot of games just because of this freaking card, and I didn't have the out to it. So that's why I threw in 2 Call by the Graves and I threw in 3 Ash Blossoms, and it was all just to go against Max C, bro. But yeah, so going second, depending on what we're up against, it could be a little difficult because we don't have a whole lot of board breakers. But going first, like, we were able to make this card like very consistently. We were able to special summon him very consistently, and we were able to get the Minstrel very consistently as well. So these 2 cards right there like neutered our opponent somewhat, because we would discard at least 2 cards from his hand, leaving him with at least only 3 to 2 cards in his hand. So yeah, but like I mentioned, the deck was really fun. So let's just go over the card by card very quickly. So we have 1 Crystal Girl, we have 1 Atlantean Prince, we have Deep Sea Diva, this is your main starter. Then we got 2 Maxi, we got 1 Heavy Infantry. We didn't see this one a whole lot, but when this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, and then you destroy it. And the way that you do that is with this card right here, which I didn't get to show a whole lot. But during your opponent's turn, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Then you can add 1 Mermaid monster from your deck to your hand. So what you do is, with this effect, you're going to send this card to the graveyard from your hand. And then this is going to pop off. You're going to pop 1 card on your opponent's field. And then you can search for your Mermaid monster, which is most of the time going to be this dude right here. And then we got the Deep Seal Minstrel. So this card right here, you're going to send herself to the graveyard with one of your Dragoons, and then you're gonna see your opponent's hand, and then you're gonna take one of his cards and you're gonna banish it face up, but until the end phase. So it's gonna go back to his hand at the end phase. And then we got one guitar. When this card is special summoned, you can banish cards from the top of your opponent's hand equal to the number of water monsters you control. And then you can target one level 4 lower water monster you control, and then you can increase its level by its original level. So this card right here with the Deep Sea Diva, like you saw it in my previous Ice Jade video, you're gonna be able to go into either your level 7s or your level 8 monsters. And then we run in 2 Ice Jade Agrin. Then we got 3 Dragoons, so this card is really great. You always want to send this card to the graveyard to activate a Water Monsters effect. And whenever you do, you can add a Sea Serpent monster from your deck to your hand. So this is really important for your combos. And then we have 2 Tremoras. Then we got 1 Mermail. Then we got 1 Tidal. Then we have 1 Kashtira Ogre. Then we got 3 Ice Jade Ron. Then we got 1 Molin Glacier. We got 1 Cosmoclore. 1 Triple Tactus Talent. 1 Synchro Overtake. Now, if you're gonna run Synchro Overtake, you have to run this card right here because this card has Deep Sea Diva in its name. So with this card, with the Synchro Overtake, you're gonna be able to search for your Deep Sea Diva, which in this build is pretty much your starter. Well, one of your starter. Then we have 1 Ice Jade Cradle, 1 Ice Jade Manifestation. We got 2 of the Field Spell, 2 of the Curse, 2 Call by the Graves, and 2 Infinite Impermanence. And the Curse and the Field Spell, you can probably run each at 1 because we really didn't depend on it a whole lot. Not like in my previous video, but for this build, we didn't depend on it a whole lot. We were able to win a lot of games even without it. So this can kind of be like your little flex spots here. And then for the extra deck monsters, we got 1 Tastsunoku. You can synchro summon with monsters from your hand. Then we got 1 Marcher. This card is going to special summon one of your tuners from your graveyard. So you can bring back your Ron, and if you have like another level 7 on your field, then you're going to be able to make this Mermail God guy right here. And then we got the Deep Sea Repertoire. This is pretty much your Synchro Overtake target. Then we got Deep Sea Prima Donna. Prima Donna is pretty much to get your Agrin on the field. And the way you go about doing that is like you're going to have to target 1 card that is banished. And then you're going to give that card to your opponent. And then you're going to be able to special summon the Agrin. And then we got the 1 Dragai. You already know, just for back row protection. And then we got 1 Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon. When this card is special summon, you're going to be able to bring back one of your level 2 tuners. And then with that level 2 tuner and this card right here, you can make your Bestial Dispater. And then we got 1 Bahroni de Fleur, 1 Chang Ying, 2 Gamers, and 1 Dispater, 1 Mermail Abyss Gales. And then we got 1 Mermail Abyssalacia, and 1 Coral Anemone, and 1 Zelantes. So this card and this card, I didn't make it a whole lot. So I guess you can argue that maybe you can cut them, but I don't know. I just wanted to try some new stuff, and yeah. But that's pretty much the deck. Is this the best Ice Jade build? I don't know. You guys can let me know. But like I mentioned, for me, this was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing this deck a whole lot. I'm not going to trash it. I'm going to keep it. And I'm probably just going to keep playing it because it was just too much fun for me. But anyways, thank you all so much. Please continue having a wonderful day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, my son, you know, he was born about 3 days ago, so he's finally going to be able to come home. I'm finally going to be able to spend time with my baby boy. So that means that I might be a little more slow on uploading videos. I'm probably not going to be able to play as much as I play because I just want to dedicate as much time to my son and my family. So if I don't upload as much, it is because I'm just trying to dedicate time to my family. But In any case, thank you all so much for rocking with me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for all your love. Kiwami Games, peace out.